Bones are amazing things. They hold us up, they support us, they make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear. Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast.
Welcome back to Bone Throwers Theater. My name's Jeff, and I'm playing Jerr Lan.
This is Jeremy, and I'm playing Julian, shouting at the wind, Illix.
I'm Aaron, and I'm playing Sam Feluge.
This is Johnny, playing Chime North.
And I'm Jordan, and I am causing problems. As usual.
Always.
Yep. So just in last session, we had a confrontation with a fire elemental, between a fire elemental and Julian, with a strong implication that Aelin's ghost was actually released somehow.
Released where?
Good question.
Huh. Ooh. Ooh.
No longer,
Commentary.
No longer retained.
Commentary. So we're still in the crater.
And we just convinced a guy that we're supposed to be there?
Tried to.
Yeah,
Sort of.
almost. Barely?
Yes.
We've convinced him that we were let in
Yes.
Not that we're supposed to be there, that we were let in.
Yes.
by someone who was supposed to keep us out.
Yes.
Turn around, you see a tour group.
What? Come on!
Now, since we are right above or right below the crack in the dome, how cold is it?
Probably about 45 degrees.
Oh, that's
Fahrenheit.
It's chilly, but it's not like...
It's typically a...
I think we were saying like 50s.
Okay.
It's like,
Do you want it to be colder?
no, I was just wondering. So when you said 40s, I was like, that's not much of a
Well, I don't want the water to be frozen.
Well, yeah, that's
Right.
That's what I was asking. Is it like close to freezing water?
Ice chips.
Yes. All right. So, do you want to keep exploring the crater a little bit more, or do you...
Well, question is, does it look like that guard is going to let us keep being
Investigating.
there, or does he look like, okay, you might have been let in, but
He's left you alone for the moment. He's probably going off conferring with private masters.
I don't even know if Julian thinks there's anything left to explore.
Everything's good and destroyed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we're pretty much right at ground zero, so
it smells a lot of fire and death and brimstone.
Smells like GX35.
and there would be totally nothing left of those canisters.
No. Any kind of rubble would have been immediately removed. Like any kind of like
Well, I mean,
melted canisters,
that's what I'm saying.
like shrapnel from them. Or...
You probably wouldn't even be able to. Oh, this used to be a canister. Like, this is a charred piece of carbon.
Yep.
That's all that's.
Yeah.
We got carbon here. Yep.
That's all that's left.
Yeah, I don't think that these were made out of adamantium or vibranium. No. Mithril canisters.
I mean, because vibranium just absorbs the vibrations of anything that hits it.
Yeah.
So even if it fell over, it would be like...
Does that also include the stuff that's inside of it?
Yeah.
So, because there's still forces, so the if it's
It would
liquid
just
or
be
something,
like,
it would...
what? And nothing inside it would move.
It's probably slosh, but
Essentially, like, it's like, I would imagine, like, falling onto a foam mattress.
yeah.
Because I don't even know if it would
Made of
slosh,
steel.
because as it tries to slosh...
Which makes no sense, because you see Captain America's shield bouncing everywhere.
It's because it's edged with adamantium, so it can ricochet it off of things.
I don't know.
That was explained in a later comic after they decided that the vibranium wouldn't be able to bounce, but they
Like,
wanted him to be able to bounce.
Well, we screwed up.
Alright, anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think
Julian doesn't know if there's anything else to investigate.
Okay.
So
I just want to see if there's any like
he would make a
Hiroshima tile shadows on the walls, from the explosion.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigate.
Jerr would probably look around the spot where he knew that Choler was, to see if there was any evidence of him being decimated there or not.
And Julian, not seeing any point in staying around, knowing that he'd only bought them time pretty much to get out without being detained, is just going to turn around and say, as he blows past Jerr, because you were relatively close and the two of you were still back, right? So as he's going past, so you can hear it and they can hear it, he's going to say, he's not here, and just keep walking.
I roll a 6 to if there's any like shadows.
No, there's no real shadows. No real like bodies torched into a nuclear death. And what were you looking for again?
Any sort of leftover material, scorch marks from
Choler. No, not that you can see. The part that you remember seeing him at has been pretty significantly buried in rubble. It would take a lot of time to move things around to see if you can find any body parts or any corpsicles or Uncle Owen's, Aunt Beru's, that kind of thing.
Well, are we walking out the front gate?
No, Julian's walking back out the sewer where he came, and as he rounds the corner, you just hear echoing over there. The guard's coming back. I'm not going to be there to talk our way out of it this time.
Sounds like he's already made up his mind about where he wants to go.
Now I'll just go back down the sewer then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay! Are you guys going to come out of the sewer relatively close to where you guys went in, or are you going to try and make it a little bit further?
If you're anywhere that's
Further.
outside of the
Yeah,
perimeter.
I would go further.
So what do you want to do next?
What time is it?
Oh, it's late. It's getting a lot later now. It's close to the 8 o'clock curfew.
So, we need a lead at this point.
Tari would have a lead. So we have the one location. We have both the hideout, and we also had an apartment for her.
Yeah, her apartment is closer. However, you're the only one that knows that apartment. And Jerry and
the only
I
time that we
are only the ones that know about her hideout.
Oh.
yeah we knew about her.
So if it
you knew about her apartment.
so
Let's go find Katari. And you both start heading
Start
off different
heading
directions.
All right,
yeah,
let's
pretty
go.
much. Julian's going to be like, I don't know about you guys. I need to talk to Katari, get some more information.
He's our best lead, so yeah.
I agree.
So I start walking with him.
And I start walking because you're headed north. You're headed northwest. I'm headed northeast. And stop and
Like stare across the street at each
Imagine
other.
Chimes
No.
being like,
Julian's not going to stop. Julian's just going to go.
hey, her apartment's this way.
her hideout's this way.
The other times when I've had to find her, she's given me this address as the one to find her at. This is where we met for our hot date. The day she recruited me.
Jared just sort of like squints his eyes at Sam and is like, really? Hot date?
She was wearing heels.
Alright.
Julian, continuing to walk down the path that he was going, just shouts back. It's like, all right, you do you.
I'm just kind of standing in the middle looking at both of you.
Okay.
Because I've never met her.
Yes, you have. You don't
Did I?
remember. Because you were drunk.
That's right. You ran into them at the
You tried to hit on her.
Yeah.
Like the slippery weasel. That's right.
So, you want to meet back up later?
He's probably
Yeah, eventually.
So should I go with you or with them?
Go with him as I head off after.
So you're coming with
Yeah, I'm going with Julian.
Okay. And as he notices Jerr following him, he's going to stop, turn around, and is like, you're the only other one knows where I'm going. Best that you probably go with them.
Fine, whatever. You don't want help. I get it.
Sounds fair.
He just lets you keep going.
I was going to make you roll a persuade for that, but if you want to give up that easy.
He's not going to fight him.
Okay.
Because
He can see where he's at.
Not stable, personally. I don't like to hang out with not stable people either.
Jer's not stupid.
they stupidly decide to split the party.
Again. A third time. A
I think we've been split more often than we've actually.
We've been together 3 times in this whole campaign, and the once was just 5 minutes after the slippery weasel blew up, and then we separated. And then the next time was probably 10 to 15 minutes at Chimes, and then we split up. This time we spent at least a few hours with each other.
Yeah.
Your tolerance for each other is going up.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure it is.
I think Julian's a bad guy.
You think Julian is the villain of the campaign?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
That Johnny thinks Julian's the villain, or Chime thinks Julian's the villain? Villain.
I'm not sure which one thinks that.
Chime could potentially really think that.
It's possible.
Save that for the commentary.
All right, so which location do you want to go first?
Powerful
They would
Chime
reach.
They would reach her
the
place
apartment
first. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and go with that.
Okay.
I would imagine that it would be Shade in the lead. Sam in the lead.
It's Dave. Dave's not here.
No, man, me Dave.
Yeah. What are these apartments like?
Yeah, they're.
Quality.
I mean, this is not the greatest of neighborhoods, but I mean, is there a great neighborhood that features mostly apartment buildings in Consiglio?
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine that they look like they're in the condition of like a 60-year-old apartment building, but they're only probably 20 years old at most.
So lights burnt out. Yeah.
Concrete walls, no carpet on the floors.
In the hallway or
Yeah, in the hallway. Yeah. No elevator.
Okay.
Stairs and stairs and stairs and stairs. And also, it's outdoor entrances to the apartments. Like, you go up and there's like a walkway, and then you open the door and go into the apartment.
Okay.
It's like a motel versus a hotel.
Any answer?
Not at the moment.
Try the handle.
It seems locked.
Oh,
But when's that ever stopped, Sam?
It stops me pretty good.
Them.
Or if Sam thinks that there's a reason not to. Like, if I think Katari would be on the other side with a gun waiting for someone to just bust in the door and pull the trigger. 20.
This is your slip through the
crack
turn
of the
to
door.
shadow or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, I turn to shadow and I slip under the crack of the door.
Okay. Have you seen that before, Chime?
I saw the result of it.
So things now make a lot more sense.
Yes. Because he definitely came in through a locked window and out through
I
a locked
haven't
window.
seen that before either. That's freaky. Change my
Says the
response.
dude who tried to make an iceberg today.
Hey,
He failed at it, though.
I didn't succeed. It was just a thought.
Oh, I wish there was a sanity roll in this game.
What game was it that had the same? Was that Grim?
Yep.
Grin had
Yeah.
a sanity.
Yeah.
So does inspectors.
Inspectors.
Ow.
So, you go through the cracks.
Yeah. And I stop inside the door. Is it
It's dark in the apartment.
quiet? Do I hear anything?
You hear someone's voice muffled.
Like a conversation or like them talking to themselves?
We're like,
Yes.
Well, I think I'm going to start sneaking back towards the sound of the voice.
All by yourself.
Because I think that's how I would do it.
Yeah.
probably. And we're still
Especially
locked
with the two that I have out there. So if you were with me, maybe I would trust you to come in and help out. I don't know these two. I mean, I know them, but as far as trusting them to throw down,
They're not battle tested yet.
yeah.
Oh, I'm battle tested.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Not to Sam's
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sneak back there. What is my sneak?
reflexes.
5D.
Wow.
Alright. I got a 9, 12. I got a 12 on 5D.
Sometimes I think that like setting a target number of 15 is way too easy for like 5D.
And then should be.
And then people roll like that.
Yeah.
You're able to move through the apartment with relative ease. There's a common room, like on the other side of the door that you're in. Right in the back of that is the kitchen. And then there's a hallway that goes back. and then the bedrooms are on the wall, the outside wall of the apartment. And there's 2 bedrooms. There's a smaller bedroom and a larger bedroom. On the larger bedroom, that's where the noise is coming from. You have any weaponry?
I have a gun.
You're able to turn a gun into mist and
Does it with all of my
all your gear.
clothing and everything.
Accoutrement.
If you can do it to everything else that you on his body, why not a gun?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It does not.
It just pops up naked everywhere.
That wouldn't do well for my my image.
Well, that secret's blown.
Tonight on the council's news, a rampant streaker has been seen going through several different districts. So what do you want to do? Dark room, muffled noises coming from the master bedroom.
So the door's open to that room.
Yes. Per council orders, all doors have been removed. No.
Julian's really sticking to the man. He's got doors.
Yeah, I'm going to continue sneaking that direction.
Okay.
Very, very sneaky like. I'm going to pull my gun first.
Okay.
So that way I have it. 12, 17, 18.
A lot better. You are able to move into the bedroom unhindered.
Can I see who's on the bed? I mean, are they tied up on the bed, or are they just tied up next to the bed?
Or under the bed.
I mean, did I just walk into...
Yeah, I was gonna say, you sure you just want to walk in there?
Where are they tied up?
You don't know what Katari does in her spare time.
An individual is trussed up on the bed.
Hands and hog-tied, hands and feet behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Who is it?
It's Katari.
Oh, well, dang.
Is there anybody else in the room?
Yeah, is there anybody else in there?
She starts...
I'm not asking her, I'm looking.
I know.
I can see heat signatures.
You can see a heat signature in the closet.
A large one? Or a short one?
A larger one.
Oh. I'm going to quietly point my gun at the closet and pull the trigger.
Okay.
We have our first character firing a shot.
No, there's no way. There's no way that
None of our main characters have fired a shot. Yes.
Wow.
I thought Julian was going to be the first one in the
I thought
crater.
it was too.
It's marksmanship, right?
Correct.
I'm aiming at the large heat signature that I see in the closet.
Okay.
And I roll a 0.
Hey, that would be impressive with how many dice. Oh gosh.
Decent roll.
22, 24. 11, no it's not.
No.
10, 16, 18. I added an extra 6. Let's go with 18.
Have you guys been doing that often?
No.
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 We talk about most of our rolls have been under 6. So
If we have
If we have 7 die, we'll roll 3.
The figure in the closet jerks like they've been hit,
Okay.
and then it gets a lot hotter.
Saw that coming.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna keep pulling the trigger. Empty the clip.
Okay, go ahead and roll. And outside, you two are hearing gunshots. Don't you have your fireman's axe with you?
11.
Yes. I actually have, because that was something that I grabbed last time I was at the
I know, but it's
fire.
it's just hilarious. Like just walking around town carrying fireman's axe.
13.
13.
So you hit the original time, but then the heat has grown beyond the original body, so it's really kind of hard to tell where they are. So you're just directing the shots,
Okay.
and the door bursts off.
Can I see who's back there?
Well, it's become blinding in terms of the heat. This individual... What are you doing?
Hacking down the door.
Okay.
13.
You made it.
Yay.
So, are they running at me?
They are running towards the window. Like they're trying to jump out of the window.
It's running towards the window?
Yes.
It's gonna flee?
Yes.
Game's okay with us.
Okay. So they burst through the window, and they do the Human Torch.
You can fly.
Okay, I don't remember. Did we establish before that elementals could talk to each other when they're bonded?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll for shade. Oh.
Snake Eyes. 4, that's me. Oh, no, that's Jordan.
Oh.
Shade is intrigued.
With the elemental?
With flight.
We will have to try that sometime.
We will. I think that this is something new and exciting. We should climb to the highest building and see if it would work. Let's do it right now.
Not right now.
Yes, right now.
Not right now, but we will do it.
Can we see if she can fly? Tied up?
No, we need Katari.
We don't need anybody.
We need each other.
But that's all we need.
And to keep living, we need Katari.
No.
You said no? Do you know the information that we're trying to get from her?
No.
We need her for our goals.
I come in. I'm like, what?
And
What?
So
Is she still tied up on
Yes,
the bed?
she's still
She's still tied up.
There's fire.
The door's in shambles, and there's fire everywhere.
And you walk in, and he's just standing there. Smirking in the firelight.
Oh, that's terrifying.
there was a proxy in the closet. He fled and flew off.
Blue?
I'd never seen it before either.
Air proxy?
Fire.
Don't you see the fire?
Yeah. Fire's usually not in the sky.
They're not in space!
Would there be like a fire extinguisher in the kitchen or something?
Go ahead and roll to investigate.
Says the water proxy.
You can't produce water.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and untie Katari. Finally.
Took you long enough.
Exactly. You rip the duct tape off her face and she goes, "Ow! Took you long enough.
Just be happy we showed up at all.
Why are you here?
To find you.
Oh, good job."
Thank you. So, we're trying to get a lead for make sure Choller's dead.
I rolled a 15 to find a fire extinguisher.
You find one.
Yay! I put the fire out.
No, I didn't say you could do that. You have to. No, you have to roll.
Uh-oh.
You have to roll
The
coordination.
firefighter's rolling to pull out a fire.
Yay! Alright, so I rolled a 14.
Congratulations.
So yeah, I tell her we're looking for verification that Choller's dead, and we're also looking for the rest of the fire drakes.
Well, that was one of them.
So what was that, Choller?
No. I've never seen that person before.
So what was he doing here?
Well, obviously he was waiting for me.
So how long have you been tied up?
I don't know. Time kind of changes when you're like.
Hold on. So he just ties you up and then hides in the closet for no reason.
You knocked on the door. Well, he
Like
made a phone
two.
call. I'm not exactly sure to whom, but he said that he had me.
Did it sound like anybody was coming here to pick you up?
I couldn't hear the other end of the phone conversation. He just said, "Oh, okay, I got her." And then he said, yeah, right,
So highly articulate.
And then he hung up the phone, and that's it.
And so you hung up the phone, and that's when we knocked.
Yeah.
Do the Healing Hands have a safe place of operation that we can all go to?
Home base.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going there.
You're not going to like it.
The firehouse.
You've actually been working with the Healing Hands the entire time at the firehouse.
I would be so mad. So mad.
We'll go ahead and switch on over to Julian now, right after this quick break.
If you like dungeons with dragons in them, check out Alzamo Soup.
Phil, there's no dragons in these books.
I'm trying to reach our target audience.
Hi,
here.
everybody. I'm Metz.
I'm Phil.
And we're the hosts of Alzamo Soup, a literary podcast that focuses on analyzing long-form speculative fiction, with a focus on the author Gene Wolfe.
We really like to dig into the novels, going real slow and analyzing every little aspect of these books.
Phil is so excited about it, he has a shovel with +3 to digging.
Is that okay?
No, that's not a stat
is that
at
a
all.
thing? Can I go to the Dungeons and Dragons store in the Dungeons and Dragons game and buy a +3 shovel, please, please, please say yes.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Here.
I'm gonna roll to buy the shovel.
You fail. There are no shovels to buy.
This is nothing like our podcast.
Absolutely not.
Listen to Alzabo Soup at alzabosoup.libsyn.com or where all fine podcasts can be found.
We're talking about iTunes.
And Spotify.
And we're back. Julian,
Yes.
you struck out on your own,
Yep.
looking for Katari.
He's going to the safe house
Okay.
where he knew Katari hung out. So it takes him quite a while to get there. He could take the inner circle and then walk the rest of the way. That's still about an hour 15.
I will say this: one thing about living in the capital of Consiglio, you do enough walking that you can afford the calories that you eat.
Not that we've eaten anything, but
Not in game. We certainly have out of game.
if only it worked that way.
That'd be your new form of exercise.
Yeah, it would.
As he approaches, obviously it's still within 24 hours. He's seeing heat signatures and elementals. First noticing elementals in the area.
Just down on the street, you don't really see too many.
Okay. All right. In the building.
I would imagine that you would have to be in the building to.
Okay. So going in the building. Going straight to the second floor, far
Okay.
side of the building where we found her last time, and taking notice of any heat signatures as he's approaching.
You see two.
Two elementals.
Yes.
Pipe. Can I tell?
Fire elementals.
Two fire elementals. Well, that's not Katari. Recognizable?
No. They seem to be tossing the area. Like, looking in all the crooks and crannies, and, you know, it's all rubble-strewn, deserted, and everything like that. It's pretty much surprising that it hasn't been imploded yet. I think we've mentioned that before.
There's nobody living of significance that the council cares about living.
Nobody's ticked off the council enough to cause them to want to implode the building.
That's right.
Are you finding anything? No, I'm not.
He's just going to stay out of the safe distance and just listen if they're going to talk like that.
Yeah, I thought that there would be something here. She's here pretty often, isn't she? You never know. These healing hands types, they have all sorts of hidey holes. They don't want people finding their things, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So is there any reason why we're looking for her?
She's got something to do with what happened to the boss.
Oh, when we get her back, I think I might torture myself.
No, we got orders not to torture. I don't know why, though.
They always make these weird rules. They don't know how we do things.
Yeah, I hear ya. Well, I ain't finding anything. You wanna go, Smalls?
Yeah, let's go. You know, I really could use something to eat.
Yeah? Well, what were you thinking?
Well, I heard that there was a new tofu place that opened up.
Smalls, I really don't understand why you into all this vegetarian food.
Cleans you out real good. You should try it. That stuff can get compacted. You know what I mean?
Since it sounds like they're about to head out, he's gonna slink back into like a obstructed corner, wherever.
Go ahead and roll to sneak.
14.
It's pretty good. So you managed to get behind a pillar, you know, like a wall with a doorway that you can kind of peek around and see over. Smalls is huge. He's talking about his tofu, and what you really should try are these bean sprouts. They've got some really great qualities to them. And he's just extolling the virtues of vegetarian food. The other one, the one with a high-pitched voice, is kind of a shrimpy guy, like you would expect. They're both wearing all black, and they've got like rolled-up ski masks that aren't pulled down. They're wearing like black driving gloves.
Now, with the provision, like, can I only see heat, so I wouldn't be able to see their faces?
Correct.
But I can take note of the elementals and
Yes.
maybe recognize them later.
Yes.
Okay.
You're really helping him out with the sight then.
That's what I'm here for.
Then they basically just clear out.
Yeah, they're clearing out.
Okay, I'm going to follow in behind them and search
First
her
taste
place
is free.
as well. See if I can find any information.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation roll.
I tell you, we're doing more spy stuff in this than we were in.
As spies.
Angel's Guard was a little bit Renaissance era James Bond.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. So what do you find that they missed?
There appears to be like a thin mattress just on the ground.
Okay.
And part of the stitching on that looks new.
Okay.
So Julian's going to try and rip that open and then search the padding on the inside.
Okay.
And in the padding finds a lockbox, but it's like a little small little lockbox. But he doesn't have anything to try and open that.
Okay.
At the moment, so he's just gonna hold on to it.
Okay, sounds good.
A screwdriver right in the kitchen.
Kitchen. This is
It's an abandoned building,
Yeah,
right?
abandoned building. Yeah. Most of the walls, I think, have been knocked down.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And then he's going to, if he can, is there a window that he can look out?
Yes.
Can he see where those two are walking?
Even a ride.
I always pick the wrong one.
Why do you think
We'll start picking the right one, and you won't hate it as
So
much.
take whatever you're going to say and say the opposite.
Even.
Odd.
See? Oh my gosh.
You want to do 2 out of 3?
Even.
Hey!
One more.
Even.
Even.
Boom. All right.
I got lost in the question. What was it again?
If I can see where the two goons are going.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so he's going to kind of see where they're going, then he's going to hightail it down and try and follow them.
Okay.
At a distance.
That sounds like... distance sounds like a good choice for following.
Right
things.
on their tails.
You have tracking.
I do have tracking.
Okay, go ahead and make me a tracking roll to follow them at a distance.
16, 18.
Oh, that's pretty darn good. So you are able to successfully follow them.
Okay. Which direction are they heading?
They are heading this way.
Oh.
Because
to the part of the city we know the least about.
Yes.
Well, it makes sense. That's where the fire drakes are.
Okay. And then, since I figured out which way they're headed, on the door jamb going up, I'm just going to scratch into the wood around the door jamb for the main entrance, SW.
I'm sorry, that's the door where the fire drakes went in, or is that...
No.
The door of...
The door of Qatari's. As I figure out they're going this way.
Right. Southwest.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh! I don't think we're going to be able to figure that out.
What I could do quickly.
Okay. So you follow them. Not surprisingly for goons, they're pretty easy to find.
Do they stop anywhere?
Well, they actually do stop for takeout at a vegetarian restaurant.
What time is it?
Late o'clock.
Late o'clock. Yeah, it's probably getting close to midnight at this point.
How are they getting takeout then?
When you wrap up enough people, they serve you.
Yeah. So I was wondering if Julian would just go in, but no, he wouldn't. Not at this time.
They keep on walking, and Smalls digs out like a small bag of carrots and starts eating them noisily. Are you sure you don't want to try one? Come on, Digby, these are great.
That's small, of course. Now I included all 3 of our campaigns. Yeah, so where do they end up?
Here, there's this park that they go to.
Okay.
Do they have an underground park hiding base?
They do. There is a statue. Yep, they pull on Prong lever. It wouldn't be a Bone Throwers episode without one requisite mention of the Emperor's New Groove.
Or Princess Bride. Those are the 2 that we
I referenced that one earlier. So.
Roll your Fezzik. Roll Fezzik. So they pull the lever.
Yeah, they pull the lever. They fall down. They land in the roller coaster and they just take off.
You still put your hands in the
air. Meanwhile, while Digby and Smalls are all doing that,
Digby and Smalls.
Okay. They pull the lever.
All right.
So honestly, they pull the lever and a panel slides to the side
in the statue.
And they are able to go down a flight of stairs.
In the statue, in the public park.
Yes.
They pull on
after curfew.
They pull on the statue, and it opens up.
Correct. It is a statue of a cloaked council member, holding out its hand in judgment.
Just a nondescript face.
It's like a Nazgul hood.
Oh, that's creepy.
Okay, so Julian takes note of that.
Yes.
He's going to walk back to the hideout since he knows that's where he kind of directed Jerr in as least words possible to go find him there.
Nice. Let's go ahead and transition back to these guys.
Alright, so we're with Katari. She's yelling at us for letting the fire drake go.
Yep.
It's like, not really that you let her go, you shot him repeatedly. So.
And I wasn't going to throw down with someone who could literally turn himself to fire.
And fly away. Alright, so, where should we go, Katari?
Where is said base?
You want to go to the Healing Hands base.
I mean, we need a safe place, and then we also need to know where to go next.
Yes.
Well, thankfully, it's not too far away. This is Katari's apartment. The hideout is here. It's just a little bit due south of her apartment.
Okay.
We're like direct opposite, almost directly opposite of the fire drakes.
Almost.
We go to a public park and we pull down the statue.
No. It's a fire station. There are Ghostbusters inside.
Library.
Library. Why library?
I don't know.
Because libraries are good for research.
Yeah. We haven't been to a library yet.
How do you know there are libraries?
There's libraries that's just all council-approved material, so...
No, that would mean that the council approves people to have material. There are 3 books that you're allowed to own. The Sayings of the Council, the latest legal code, and Nighttime Stories for Your Children.
For the council.
About the council.
I would think it'd be like an archive for like newspapers and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. We will say that the Healing Hands hideout, say that 3 times fast, is actually at the printing press for an underground newspaper. The Consiglio Cutter.
Okay. Does it have like a front or something? Because it's an underground.
Yes.
Laundromat.
Actually, that was close. I was thinking a dry cleaning.
I was thinking a butcher shop. So it could still be cutters. Consiglio cutters.
Okay. So, now that we have that established, do we want to go find Julian?
No.
We have 1 vote no.
I don't trust him.
I'm torn because he seemed pretty adamant about being alone. But also, he would want this information and or be able to provide more information for what we need to know. So was information exchange warrant enough to try and find him at this time of night?
Probably not.
So tomorrow we look for him.
That sounds like a good plan.
I'm so going to jail.
Worth it. Because your apartment's being watched and you haven't been back there at all tonight.
Uh-huh.
So I guess we'll hang out at the Healing Hands place or go back to What's-Her-Face's place.
We're going to the Healing Hands place.
That's my thought.
Okay, fair enough. Haven't been to one of these in a long time.
How do you feel about that?
Nah.
At this point, he's given up on caring.
It's just one of those things that I'm just like, I don't really care.
I'm going to go hiding again in 10 years, so...
So what were the Healing Hands like when you were more active with them?
They were more visible, more vocal, more prominent. They were an established place of refuge.
Did they have like a
source of refuge?
chapter houses or meeting halls or something like that, or
Mostly it was just like roaming first aid facilities and things like that. Food banks.
so this whole bent towards subterfuge is not something that you are really pleased about in terms of the development of the organization?
That's sort of why you left, isn't it?
Well, I left because they were hunting down members of Healing Hands because they found out that Red Knight's Near was Alexander Turin, and people associated with him were hated because of the way that he had ruled in the past.
Okay. So you go in?
At this point, it really doesn't matter to him one way or the other how it's turned out, because he hadn't been a part of it, so he doesn't care.
Right. So, before she takes you into this door, she's like, you all know that there's no path back to where you were if you come through these doors. I mean, you know, right?
There's no path back anyways.
As it is, we're already being hunted.
You're being watched, not hunted.
Okay.
Okay. And she takes you in, leads you back, pulls open a trap door in the floor, and down you go. And there's a large room with a printing press in it, and then there's another room that seems to be the Healing Hands place of meeting. There's some cots set up for people. There's some shelves with some shelf-stable food, you know, for those who are looking for that. So they are continuing in that kind of thing. As you're going along, Katari is talking about how the council hasn't made the best choices, and you know,
Well, I know that.
and that they really need all the help that they can get.
We're not actually joining Helping Hands, sorry.
Not my intention.
We'll tell her whatever she wants to hear.
Yeah, we're just trying to
You
get
are
what
your
we
own
need.
free agents.
Getting what we need.
For the council. I mean, not for the council.
Well then, we know who we need to get rid of.
Julian,
Yes.
where be ye? What do ye?
Alright, since we're cutting back, I am back at Atari's building,
Okay. The hideaway?
the hideaway. Yes, and he's not at Katari's location where she was actually hiding out.
Okay.
He's another spot in the building. Looks the same, like walls pretty much destroyed, just mounds of clutter and old furniture broken up.
Right.
So he's sitting there, and he's built like a small fire, and next to him, it looks like is a case, like a insulin kit for somebody that needs to take insulin regularly. It's a metal case, maybe closed, like magnetically latched or whatever.
Right.
And it's open, and it's got several vials of something and a couple syringes. And he's sitting there next to the fire. It's just sweat is pouring off of his face.
You also have that box that you took from the mattress.
Right.
You're not even going to try and open it at this point?
No, not at this point.
Okay. Alright. Well, that seems like a very dark place. We're going to go ahead and end on that really happy and cheery note. So, when we get back together next time, we will see what happens. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. Our cast is Aaron, Jeff, Jeremy, Johnny, and Jordan. We are releasing this podcast under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. That means that you can share the podcast, but please do not modify it or try to gain financially from it. If you would like to visit our website, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater.com. If you would like to send us an email, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is @bonethrowerstheater, and also you can look us up on Facebook. And until next time, may the bones fall ever in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.